Welcome back, everybody. We are back after a fun-packed week one. Well, most of us are back. I think we got to put Randy on a missing persons poster with Jonathan Mingo and his new boy Jaden Blue. But we'll get into that later. Um, we had a pretty exciting week. It was a lot of crazy things happened out there. I feel like outside the division, at least, things were crazy. Inside the division, I feel like those two games went as most people expected. But outside the
Most
division,
reasonable
we had
people.
we had
Sun's out.
our fan favorite
Gonna
and
win this
pod
week.
favorite boy DJ crushing it, putting up
Woo!
record type numbers.
Greg
You
said he
know,
should be bagging groceries. The guy
He's
put up
looking
guy broke
looking like
record.
a Hall of Famer in week one. We got Justin Fields looking great. A lot of crazy things happening out there in week one. But in the division, we did have two interdivision matchups right out of the gate. So we had Philly taking on Dallas and beating them in a close one, 24-20.
Too
Then we had
close.
Washington taking on the New York Giants and Washington taking that one 21-6. Unleash you guys on those things here in a minute. In the internal competition, we had three categories this week. We had 1 point to the Eagles for QBR. Good work, Hurts. It was only because of the supporting cast, though, Greg.
Yeah, I know.
Could never do it without them.
We'll get into that
We
soon.
had, as widely predicted here, the best field goals were going to go to Dallas. They get a point. Nobody gets a point for interceptions. Not one interception in the division this week. I guess that's good for your quarterbacks, bad for your defenses. Not sure how you want to take that one. That's a recap. Let me get the sponsors out of the way. Jim Montgomery, this day in Philly sports history, he's putting out daily content. Right now is a great time with the Phillies gearing up for the playoffs and the Eagles season kicking off. Him and Kyle are doing a special brotherly episode once a week. I want to say that drops on Wednesdays, but I could be wrong. Doing some good stuff over there. We got LOTWYN. Rep your team with a custom 3D printed hype chain. Big win, game day, or just showing out. These made to order chains bring the energy. You can get them with a 10% discount using code TCCPOD. Also, we got Sparrow Hair Studios, been with us since day one. Appreciate them out there in Lancaster, PA. If you're a member of the network, you do get a discount. Go and ask for Lean. So that's the business side of it out of the way. Let's get right into what happened in week one because it was a lot. Let's go to Paul. You had a big win. What'd you think?
I was pretty happy. I do have one question for Chris before I beg that he shut up while I give my takes. But I want to know, as a Giants fan, what it's like watching Daniel Jones look like prime Russell Wilson and Russell Wilson look like prime Daniel Jones. Like, that's a rhetorical question. I don't want an answer. I just want you to think about that for a second.
I thought about it.
I mean, absolutely.
We
Good
know
God.
you did.
Josh Allen had more, like 50 yards more passing in the fourth quarter than Russell Wilson did the entire game.
Yeah.
Your team is ass. Your GM is ass. Your coach is ass. Your entire team is ass. You have three good players. Brian Burns looked like Brian Burns. Abdul Carter looks like he could be pretty good. And
Yeah,
you've got Malik Neighbors, who took, what is it? Not even after the first series didn't even end before he was literally screaming at his head coach.
Definitely in the first quarter. Definitely in the first quarter.
Unbelievable. I don't want to hear anything about the Giants ever again. I mean, ever. That team is horrid. Vegas knows 5.5 is the over under for wins. I'm going to go under for sure.
All right.
It's unreal. Yeah. No,
All
stop.
Right.
Team is ungodly. You're probably going to lose Jameis Winston too. And for a good reason. Good for him. He's going to resurrect his career for the 9th time down in New Orleans as the starting quarterback is going to be my prediction. It is unbelievable what you have done to a city, a state, a region, a country, a continent. I have no idea. It's awful. Everything you've done was absolutely awful. The last 3-4 every time, ever since I even started watching whatever the Giants have been doing the last like 5 years. Unbelievable.
Now, they went to the playoffs a couple years ago.
You were 100% going to start 2-7 again.
Oh, I got a question for you.
Absolutely.
How many years has Brian Daboll been the head coach of the Giants?
He's been a head coach on the
right?
hot seat with one more year for 4 years, I think.
Do you know how many touchdowns the Giants have scored in week 1 as Brian Daboll as being the head coach? Preparing all offseason for week 1.
You got
how
like
many touchdowns as they scored as a team?
Yeah, absolutely 0. And I think that they've given up like 80 or 90 points in those 3 games.
I love that. Diddy dig right there.
Unreal. And I don't think that Washington played up to par. The defense looked all right. You know, a couple of snafus from Jaden Daniels, especially at the end of the first half, literally just gave away points. He literally was like, no, I'm not even going to try. You could have knelt the ball, kicked it into the into the 4th row. It would have been, it was ridiculous to pull one of those varsity blues moves where you hit the guy on the horse or whatever. It was awful, but I'm really confident in how we look. Not going into next week as much, but overall, I am much more optimistic than maybe I was. I really like how everything looks, and I don't know. Newsflash: Deebo ain't fat. They had him all over the field, and he touched the ball, and he touched the ball a lot. And I mean, there's your plus side of
one clip. That one clip
Terry's
must have been AI or
something. Terry's opt-in or whatever you want to call it, hold in, gave Deebo and Jaden a little bit of time to click, and I think it really showed on Sunday. I had a really good time watching that game. I was kind of on pins and needles for about 13 seconds of the game before I realized that where this is exactly was going to go. I just think it was a pleasure to be able to play the Giants in week 1. As Greg said, it's kind of an honor to be able to do that. So, but I don't want to hear anything from you, Chris, ever again. Like ever. You have 0 credibility. I don't care about Lego Platypus Guy and Bobby. They're awesome. Trust me, they're awesome.
Would you call LPG Lego Platypus Guy? Oh,
whatever it is, LPG. I don't know what it is.
We will bring him on to rebuttal that one. We will definitely bring him on to rebuttal that one.
But it's unbelievable.
As soon as we start playing football and I get points.
No, you stop. You will not get points. You're gonna get last in the division. You're gonna get last in the competition. You're gonna get last in I mean, rep points. Everything that comes out of your mouth is just absolute garbage.
Not true. Get it in now, buddy.
And you just did.
Because this is what you do. You waffle. You always just sit back and play it safe. You sit back and you always go, well, I don't really know. I really don't know what to expect. I really don't, I'm not really expecting much. And then you want to talk all when you do something. That's my time. Nope, my turn. My turn.
That's definitely -1.
That's not really. You're allowed to say that. Actually, that's actually not a bad. That's
not in that context, sir.
I smiled when I said it. So as long as you smile, it's really okay. I can
give you the finger and smile at you too.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see what my finger's doing to you right now. But with all that being said, yeah, the Giants are absolutely horrible. With all that being said, you're 100% right. We looked exactly the same. And Daniel Jones played great. And Russell Wilson played like crap. And he looked scared. And that's usually how the quarterback behind that line looks when Andrew Thomas don't play.
I think it was, what did they say, 2 for 12 when he was
pressured my God,
or something like that?
It was terrible. He was
it looked
terrible.
Like he literally closed his eyes and just threw it.
He was scared to death. He looked scared. He don't even look like, and he did not look that bad last year. It's something with that, dude. And
don't say it.
I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think.
Don't say it. Oh.
What? No, I'm saying like DJ would have sucked on that. DJ would have not have played the way he played for the Colts yesterday for the Giants.
Hey, but you know what?
And I've been telling you guys that for 2 years, and you guys talk all this dumb shit and don't want to see it. And he's going to play well for the Colts. He's going to play fine for them, unless he gets hurt.
So is it a coaching issue then?
What's that?
Is it a coaching issue now?
It's right now. It's our defense. I don't think was as bad as it looked. But on the flip side of that, the Redskins shot themselves in the foot all day long.
But I mean, I'm saying if DJ can go somewhere else and thrive, and Russ can come in, he's been a pretty consistent
pretty much
guy
every
for
single
many
person
years.
that left the Giants last year thrived. Like McKinney's thriving, Saquon was thriving.
But
DJ
they're not using Russ right. He threw one ball. He threw one deep ball.
No, he threw a couple deep balls. He threw a couple deep balls, and they were not good.
Go back and look. He threw
I
one
did go.
ball
I did go back and look, Mike. I know what he did. He overthrew. He did not look good. The best part of his game, he did not look good, and that's what's scary. He shouldn't even be playing. And if they lose this week, you will see Dart.
I believe so. I do think so.
I do. I absolutely do. I'm just
Deebo being non-committal right after the game and going right
real
on ESPN.
No, he won't be committal. He won't because he's. I do think he's a good coach. It does hurt. Like I don't know what the stat is off the top of my head, but the Giants average like 10 or 11 more points a game when Andrew Thomas plays. I mean, it's a given fact. We don't have every single guy on that line other than Eleanor is okay. They're decent. But our only big name is.
But even on the first
almost
drive,
dead last for more than 2 years now on points scored in the NFL. Yeah. You can't blame that on Andrew Thomas.
Oh, he's missed a lot though. That's what you guys always rag on me about. Look how much
I know,
time he's
but
missed.
like he is not saving you from being dead last in the NFL on points scored.
Now, see, that's where. Listen, when we won all those games with Tommy
we've
DeVito,
been listening for years, and it's
Thomas
the same
was
thing
back and
over and
Thomas,
over.
That year, when everybody was ragging on DJ, Thomas missed the first 8 games. And then the second half of the year, DJ got hurt. We played Tyrod. We played Tommy DeVito. Thomas played the whole second half of the year. We won 3 games in a row. Like, that's why Tommy DeVito's in the league right now.
And you ended the season with 5 wins.
And we ended the season with 5 wins. But when he's not on the field.
So you had a winning streak.
And they were saying dumb things in the press conference. They were saying things like, well, we scored when we were in the red zone. It's like, but dude, you guys only got in the red zone twice. Like, you got to get in the red zone. Get in the red zone 6 or 7 times and score 3 or 4 times. Like, it's awful, and they got to fix it. And I know they'll get neighbors involved, and I do believe it'll look better once Andrew Thomas is out there. And Dexter Lawrence is not 100%, and he's the only one on the line that actually didn't do anything. I think they dropped Carter back in coverage too much. He even got a block on a punt. There is a lot of good things, but there's a lot of bad things, and you got to clean it up. I'm not going to panic. I'm not expecting them to do anything. I told you, if everything goes well, I think they can win 8, 9, or 10 games. Right now, they don't look like they can win a game, but it'll look different next week. It's a week-to-week league, guys. They can win the next 2 weeks, and everything's fine and dandy. I don't expect to beat the Chiefs in 2 weeks, but I think we can beat the Chargers in a couple weeks.
Whoa.
Really? Because they had one good game? Because they had one good game.
The Chargers beat the Chiefs.
We had one bad game. Hold on.
It's
still my turn. We have one big bad game, and we can't reverse it.
You've been playing bad games for 4 years.
Daniel Jones had one good game. He's absolutely going to be terrible.
What are you talking about?
But the Chargers, they're going to be. I guess they're going to the Super Bowl.
Do you realize Daniel Jones
played? He can lose the next 6 weeks.
They played the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins don't have
an NFL football team, by the way, Greg.
Worst defense.
Playing the NFL again.
It is an NFL
he scored on
team.
every single
possession. See what they do next week against the Broncos.
3 touchdowns.
They do have a guy off the street playing cornerback right now.
See what they do. If he does well against the Broncos, I will say Daniel Jones.
It's like when he beat Minnesota in the playoffs. That's because he beat Minnesota. They were 13-4 and they were the home team. You don't give him no credit for nothing. I forgot more about football than you know, buddy. Move on. Whose turn is it?
I give you credit.
Wow.
You told me put all my money on the Giants last week. They were going to win by 10.
Did
you
get
get credit for that?
You also believed Randy, and you believe everything he says, and he's always wrong.
Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God.
Before we move on from Chris, I want to give Chris credit for, in retrospect, that when I was watching the episode today in preparation for this, you get quote of the week when you said, "I don't see what's wrong with my team."
Yeah.
You still don't see what's wrong with your team,
but Mike, remember, he knows more. He forgot more about football than I will ever know. That is just maybe the worst take ever.
Like, I don't think they could not win a game this year, and I think you would still be like, I don't see what's wrong with my team. We're going to be fine next year.
I don't think I gave them any. I don't think I might have said one good thing about them in my rant.
Maybe. But then you say
today
we could
or last
go
week?
Just right now.
After last week's game.
That's true.
And I think I just gave an honest segment on what I watched last week, and it was horrible.
Yeah, well, but based on that, you just said you're going to beat the Cowboys, lose to the Chiefs,
New
and
week,
then
brother.
beat the Chargers, and
2
then
and
beat
2.
the Chargers.
Mike,
you
what
see
did
what
you
the
say when we
Chargers-
started this thing? When you introduced me, what did you say about me? He's the most he loves his squad. Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to turn it around. We're going to turn it around this week. We're going to get neighbors involved. I'm hoping Andrew Thomas plays, and I'm hoping we sack.
Here's the thing I
long.
still don't like about you need to stop throwing these short passes. You threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage like 8 times yesterday.
Hey, you know
Like,
what else?
what are you doing? You're supposed to throw the ball forward.
And that's why I don't know if you see my reel I made at halftime, but like all this stuff they did in training camp, all this stuff they were doing, and Bobby was talking about, and he was reporting every day. They didn't do none of that. They didn't do anything that they were doing. And you know who else they should have been getting involved? Darius Slayton. They signed him to a 3-year deal. He should have went somewhere because he's good. He's been consistent since 2019, and he should go play somewhere. He should go play with DJ at the Colts. He loves DJ. He had a great rookie year with DJ.
They should just make a separate
stay
team
together,
for you
yeah.
of all the Giants cast-offs, and you can root for them
I love
instead
it.
of the Giants.
I would
Absolutely
I
love
would
it.
so go. It's almost the same colors. I would.
You
root
could
for
put
him.
them into the flag football team once it's introduced to the Special Olympics.
Oh,
Just do me a favor and come next week with the same energy about Daniel Jones after he plays a good defense.
Dude, he's not.
I just
so
hope
what?
that
That's
you
what.
can
See,
do
this
that.
is what's so.
Daniel
pathetic.
Jones will not have a good season like that. It won't
that's
be
like you guys
anywhere
are gonna
close
sit
to
there
what
like
he did
all
in
the
that
people,
one game.
all the haters when he went. 6
I'm not hate
overall.
Chris. He is
You're gonna sit
probably
there every week and wait for
the
as soon as he throws
25th, the
interceptions. they'll be
30th
like,
ranked quarterback in the league.
people throw interceptions. People turn the ball out. He's going to have bad games. He's going to have
But he
bad weeks.
does that more than
all the
anybody
time
else.
on every pod we do, every
I hope
sport.
he goes to the. I
These
hope
guys
he takes
are-
them to the playoffs.
These guys are all professional
might.
I'm gonna give you the
athletes
double
for a
bird.
reason, and they can all be great on any given day.
Agreed.
Every single one of them are
I told
incredible
you, he's
athletes.
capable
They're
in the right
incredible at what they
situation,
do.
and he
In
proved
the
it
right
on- he
situation,
proved it.
they can look great, but over the course of a year, you show what you're really, really worth, I
100%.
think.
Let
So
him
we'll
play-
see what happens the rest of the way.
Let him play in a better situation. Let's see what happens. I told you that was my take. In a good
Yep.
situation, he's
I
capable.
agree.
He looked pretty good week 1. That's all.
Right before this pod on ESPN Bet, they said, what performances should we not get overexcited about? And one was Aaron
That one.
Rodgers. What do you think the other one was?
I know what
By
that
Daniel
one
Jones.
was.
You know another? I'm gonna give you one more Giants take. Scatterbill. He got in, amazing block. He picked up on the blitz. His first time he touched the ball,
I
he
saw
ran
that.
a guy
That was
over.
good.
He looked like he reminded me of Shockey's rookie year. Electric, broad energy, and then like you never seen him again. Never seen him again.
Hey, he'll get the Madden cover. He'll show up like Peyton Hillis did on the
I remember that for
on
the
the
Browns.
Browns, and then get the Madden cover.
He played for the
I mean, he
Giants.
had
a
2
little
carries
bit.
for -3 yards.
That's a hell of a game.
Who did?
I don't know why they didn't keep giving him the ball. Scatterboo. He had 2
Dude.
carries for -3 yards.
I'm talking. Yeah, they
They
Get
should have
him in
kept
the game.
doing it. Would
Get him
have
in
helped
the game.
significantly.
Oh,
he was in the game for 4 plays, dude. 4 plays. And
I'm
2
just
of them-
saying. I'm just
Do we-
saying.
And
do
2
Some
of
of
them
those
were
plays
good
didn't go
plays.
so well.
do you even want to
Oh, you
talk
didn't
about
see the
that
block?
you had? Do you
didn't
even
see
want to
the
talk
block.
about you had 7 opportunities
I saw the block.
from the
The block was
1
nice.
yard line?
But say that
7
what?
opportunities from the 1 yard line
Oh,
in
terrible.
a row, and you got nothing.
Terrible.
7.
Terrible.
Never
DJ would have
talk
got
again.
in. Didn't he get 2
Never
of those?
talk again. Never talk again.
Didn't DJ get 2 of those?
I know who else would have got in, and
Hurts.
his name is Jalen, and he's
Yeah,
your
with Mike-
MVP
Yeah, let's.
of the Super Bowl. Can we
When he
go
had-
to
when he
a
had
real
1,000
legitimate
people
team?
with-
We
Amen.
should get into the Cowboys and the best rugby team in the NFL, the Philadelphia
Rugby
Eagles,
team.
who
Wow.
also just don't need to use the forward pass, much like the Giants.
Listen,
But at least you guys win the
we
way you
win.
do
Not
it.
only do
So-
we win, but we do what is needed to win. All right, I'll do my quick week 1 takeaways.
You
Do
get
not
double time
condone.
since Randy didn't show up.
That's true.
Perfect.
That's true.
As slow as you need.
I
Do
think you should
not
pound
condone
Randy for the
spitting.
double time is what you should do.
You gotta
I
watch
do
the way
not-
that you're. Where are you
Yeah.
saying these things?
He's.
I mean, I
skating
think
on
you should
thin
pound
ice, man.
Randy for that's what you should do.
No, I'll pass. I'll let you pound Randy. How's that sound?
Yeah,
Oh,
and,
you can have
Nobody's
you can-
counting anybody.
and you can talk about where your thumbs are and all
let's,
that too.
let's get back to
Right.
All right.
football.
So back to football. So my takeaway is this: I do not condone spitting. athletes spit. It happens.
That was terrible.
Do not spit on a player. So, but my first takeaway is Dak spit first. And it was very convenient how they didn't show that until late in the game.
Right.
I don't think anybody knew, actually, to be honest, because he spat like not like at him, but like in his direction.
Yeah, but let's be honest.
People
do that all the time in the NFL. People are always licking and spitting, and he did it.
Agreed.
He did it, and then he went and talked shit.
Yep,
he did. And they were talking shit.
Dak knew what he was doing.
Spit. You're an idiot to spit on him right on national TV, right in his face.
Oh, agreed.
While you were holding hands with the ref right there too.
Agreed. But I think Dak knew what he was doing and got in his head, and he needs to be, I think
that was the plan.
A little calmer about that. He needs to be cooler with that. He needs to keep his composure. Second takeaway is the Eagles without him, their defense of line is not the same. It's just not the same. He brings the havoc. He relieves the pressure off the cornerbacks, and he relieves the pressure off the safeties. The edge rushers, he gets double teamed up the middle, so the edge rushers go 1-on-1 on the outside. Without him, our defense of line is not great. Also, Dickerson, without Landon Dickerson, our offensive line is not the same. To quote the great Chris Peterson with Andrew Thomas, when you're missing your great offensive lineman, you're going to show some weakness. So we avoided that injury, which is pretty good. So
you agree with me?
Carter's back next week. I agree that offensive line is a very important position.
Our best franchise left tackle's not playing affects our quarterback. Absolutely correct.
I think it will affect your quarterback. I think anybody on this panel will tell you that affects your quarterback.
Can I ask you, whatever, you guys give me shit about it every week. Can I ask you one question real quick? Because you just brought up how Carter wasn't playing and everything. All I heard, they love Dallas so much. All I heard is, oh, Dallas might be better than what we think. They went toe-to-toe with the Super Bowl champions. Are they really that good, or is it because it was week one and you guys were banged up and you were missing?
It was week one. We didn't have Jalen Carter. We didn't have the rush up the middle. We have a brand new offensive coordinator, which is my next point. I think Patula called a very decent but vanilla play call.
You try it again, though. I think if you try that again, AJ Brown is going to look like Malik Neighbors on that. You cannot. One reception for 8 yards.
You're saying
not going to.
That is my next point.
I agree with that.
I think next week we try to go out guns blazing and get everybody involved because of that situation.
Not just Dallas Goedert, right? Just to be clear.
Yeah, not just Dallas Goedert, just to be clear. But what they were doing is they were
some love.
What was that?
Actually, yes. Yeah, Dotson did.
The reason why I asked you that is
the
reason why I asked you that is because we play Dallas next week, and I'm expecting Andrew Thomas to play, and I'm expecting them to get Neighbors involved. So you're telling me there's a chance?
I think Dallas is not terrible, but I think you do have a chance. I mean, and so did Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey had a chance
being a little optimistic after week one. Like I'm a little.
The thing about it is with Dallas is they
expect them to go in and fix a little bit. Like it can't look that bad every week,
right?
Guys.
But Dallas is optimistic because how they handled themselves against Eagles. You shouldn't be optimistic about anything.
All right.
So Dallas does have two good cornerbacks. So they were actually playing blanket and press coverage and doubling over the top on AJ Brown. That's why he had one target or two targets. Just they were double teaming him.
So that's why we got to get
the next thing that
involved. And I think Robinson actually had a good game, but you got to get Slayton involved. You got to get
again back to the Eagles.
Why are we talking about you again? You to shut up
because he told me we had
the next fact.
I'm building that. You know, I'm down, and it's like a roller coaster every freaking week.
What are you giving him to drink before these episodes?
Yeah, but where's the roller coaster means there's
my
highs
guys, with my
where's
boys, my homies, my OGs.
Where's the high?
The high was somebody telling him that they had a chance.
Yeah,
thank you.
Never mind. We'll never tell you that again.
All right. And you both agree with me. You kill me, and then you agree with me. You guys are like the biggest wafflers, man. I swear to God.
Listen, Adoree Jackson is cooked.
Terrible.
If we don't find a second cornerback,
100%,
we are in trouble.
Hold on. Didn't you sign Azeez Ojulari too? Didn't you pick Azeez up?
Yes, we do. We also picked up Bennett from Oakland. So I'm assuming Bennett probably will start next week at our second cornerback, which is good because I think Bennett is great. I don't think he fit with Carol. I think I was talking to actually Mike about Bennett a little bit, or somebody. I don't remember who I was talking to about with Bennett. Bennett's a baller, and I'm excited about Bennett, and we'll see how that goes. And then my last point is Hurts does what he needs to do to win. You guys bash him, and the media bashes him, and without AJ Brown, he's nobody, and then without Barkley, he's nobody, and then we have a vanilla play calling where AJ Brown has literally one catch, Barkley has under 70 yards, Jalen wins us the game, and he still sucks. So people are going to have their opinions, and I'm fine with that. Is he an elite quarterback? I don't think he's elite, but I think he's good enough to get you the wins where you need them.
100%.
Would I rather have a top 3 elite quarterback or Super Bowls with Super Bowl MVPs? I'm going to take the Super Bowl with Super Bowl MVP 9 times out of 10. I don't care that he's not quote unquote an elite quarterback. That's fine. You guys
now
Buffalo can have their elite quarterback.
Now we're actually on the same wavelength. You would rather have him win a Super Bowl than have Josh Allen fall short 100%. A little bit. And I'm going to make a point here. Well, go ahead.
I think Jalen Hurts would rather win a Super Bowl and be a Super Bowl MVP than make that tier of money. And next year or the year after, when we re-sign Hurts again for another 4-year deal, he will take less money. He will do the Tom Brady effect, and he will take less money.
The smart ones do it.
And that's what he's going to do.
He made enough money now.
Why not?
The fact
that he got the GOAT to come up to Pennsylvania and sit in a luxury box and watch a football game, and by GOAT, everyone knows it's Jordan, is amazing to me. And I love every second of that. That's my taste. And I'm excited about next week. And we'll talk more about that in the next segment. But I'm pretty hyped. I think we have a lot to fix. I think the second half of the game, Fangio kind of fixed some things. We played a little bit more cover 2. We played a little bit more zone. We shored up the run game a little bit by bringing some linebacker blitzes, bringing the safeties down to shore that up. We gotta take the vanilla offense out though. Like I mentioned earlier, we gotta start throwing down the field, at least taking shots. Dinking and dunking to Goddard and throwing out of the backfield to Barkley and Shipley. It's just not going to cut it later in the year. Not panicking. Win is a win. It's week 1. Gearing up for week 2 and excited for it.
Yeah, but you don't get to take the shots because you're missing Dickerson and you don't have the time to, you know what I mean? Like that's part of it.
Well, I think the play calling was just so vanilla, and I think it was just your job is to not turn the ball over. It wasn't like last year's Super Bowl where it was attack. We are going to attack Spags, and this is what we're going to do. And that's what we did, and they weren't ready for that. And I think we're like, oh, it's week 1. Let's do this. It's brand new play caller, brand new offense. Let's just be vanilla about it and get through week 1. And then the Carter incident happened, and it was like, oh, this is going to be a little closer than we thought. And I think that with Carter in there, we win by 10 to 14 points. But that definitely hurt.
Well.
And I think you got real lucky. I think if this was even 5 minutes into the first quarter, he ain't even playing this week.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with that.
When that came out, I was like, you bastards, you really just did that. That it was literally because it was on the kickoff. And I didn't even make it to the first play of scrimmage.
I think they actually said that tonight. From what I read, is because he missed all of week 1. That's why they're doing this. So I was like, all right. I think,
fair. With the suspension though, you have to don't you lose your paycheck and all that if you're suspended?
$57,000 is what he gets a game. So he's losing a game check.
Okay, so he just physically doesn't have to sit out, but still all the other ramifications are still there.
So he has to pay a fine too. So he lost last week's game check, and he's losing this week's game check,
gotcha.
As a fine, and he should be on the field. Who knows? Nick may sit him for a quarter. I don't know. I know Nick preaches. I don't know, Mike. Nick preaches like you gotta be respect. Like discipline, and then that happened, I would not be
Look,
surprised.
you're not playing the Giants next week, okay?
At Kansas
you're playing
City,
you're
that's
playing
exactly
the
where I
Chiefs
was just going. Yep.
in one of the
I
hardest
can't see
places
him
to play.
sitting.
Look, I would gain a lot of respect for Sirianni if he sits him against KC in the first quarter.
I think he's going to probably sit him at least a series,
at least a series,
maybe a quarter.
A quarter
Yeah,
would be crazy. So. A series,
See,
I don't give him.
I think he can get off by saying, "Look, the NFL already suspended him.
He could do that too.
He missed that game. We're playing him against Kansas City.
Yep.
He served his time.
Did you guys happen to see
I agree with
the Bet GM tweet today? I thought this was hilarious. He's like, just remember, after last year, week 1, the Saints were winning it all. Bo Nix was a complete bust. The Cowboys were back. Derrick Henry was washed up. Tyreek Hill was wide receiver number 1 in the league. The Commanders' offense was horrible and almost lost to the Giants. And Justin Fields was the quarterback of the future for the Steelers. My, how a year has changed.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty cool tweet.
That's a good time for a break right there on that note. Let's get out of here. And we're going to get back soon and start looking forward to week 2.
Go Birds.
What up, everybody? The Beard is here. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, the law offices of William P. Harrington. Credit card litigation, Chapter 7 bankruptcy, estate planning, estate administration, guardianships, they do it all. As a member, listener, follower, supporter of our network, they are offering you a 15% discount on these services. So if you are in the Pennsylvania or New Jersey area, schedule your free consultation today.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Just a few quick reminders for everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And check out our fellow podcaster, Jim Montgomery, with This Day in Philly Sports History. Thank you.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. We are into the second half. We're going to start looking forward to week 2, in which we have another big interdivision matchup coming up. It looks like we got the Giants at Dallas. Dallas is favored by 5.5 in that one. We got Philly going in a Super Bowl rematch to Kansas City. Philly is favored by 1.5 on the road. That's pretty impressive there. And we got Washington plus 3.5 traveling to Lambeau Field and Green Bay. Paul, you get to deal with Tony P this week as a bonus.
And
so,
wow.
And Trey. Oh, I forgot about Trey. Yeah.
How could you forget about Trey?
I don't know. I keep putting him with the Vikings for some reason. And I don't know why I keep doing that, but I got to remember he's a cheesehead.
He keeps sending you love, man. The Bears love.
Yeah, you got to remember he's got that bet with Randy every single year for team wins. It's $50. Randy should send it now, though.
Yeah. It's not probably going to go too good this year. As a reminder, our competition right now stands at 1 point for Greg and the Birds, 1 point for Randy and his Cowboys. It's early, so still a long ways to go. Let's get 3 new categories up here, spin the wheels for week 2, and see what we're going to be rooting for.
And see how many points Chris loses from today's episode.
No, stop it.
Counting 1 for each of you so far. But we still got a couple minutes left here.
I'll behave.
Receiving yards, any single player. Let's see who wants to throw the ball forward this week. We're going to need forward passes out of at least Greg's team and Chris's team.
We do.
If you got any chance at that one.
Okay, team win.
One of my favorite categories. Simple. Everybody gets a chance. Get a win. We're going to get at least 1 point out of that from the interdivision matchup, unlike interceptions this week when you guys all threw up donuts. And last but not least, we got touchdowns by any single player. Love it. Can Hurts get 2 again? Greg, you went last in the first half. You want to lead off and let us know if Hurts or somebody else can get 2 again?
I would love to. Yeah. So let me take a look at my handy dandy thing here.
He's got to look at his roster, Chris. You see this?
I don't
No,
have
I'm
He
not
doesn't,
looking at
he
my
doesn't know all
roster.
53 guys like you do. He's got to look it up.
I'm looking at my notes for
Thanks, Mike.
what the
Thanks,
categories are. That's how bad this memory is. So I'll
You
start
know,
with
buddy.
the last one because I remember that one. Touchdowns for any player. Got to go with Hurts. Yeah, Hurts. It's definitely going to be an Eagle. I think we come hot and heavy at Kansas City. I'm excited for this game. I'll talk a little bit about the game first. No, let me go to the category. Sorry about that. We'll go over that later. Team win. I think the Eagles do pull out a win. I think it is a 6-point game. And I think we get an interception at the end of the game to seal it. So
What did they say? This is Pat Mahomes' first or second time being an underdog at home? Something like that?
I think it's the second time. Maybe it is his first time, but it hasn't happened very often in the last.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's
it was
happened in
like
5
7
years. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think it's happened at all in like the last 5 years. May have
And
been
I
something
think-
rookie season.
And I think there was something about back-to-back losses too, and that's hasn't happened very often. So statistics are not on our side, but I'm ready. I'm excited. Receiving yards, any single player. I got to go AJ. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to go AJ Brown. Taking all birds.
Feed the hungry mouth.
Exactly.
Mhm.
As far as
That's what we're
scores
gonna
this
do.
week, I am going to take Dallas minus 5.5. I believe that they felt like they should have won that game. I think their secondary matches up well against the Giants receivers, and I think they are going to try to frustrate Neighbors because he's already frustrated. I think they're going to bracket him or
As
double
long as they
coverage
don't
him.
spit at him.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no spitting this week, please. I
See what
do
Jason Kelsey
think the
said?
Packers roll. What was that?
You see what Jason Kelsey said about that whole situation?
I did not.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it off the air then. It's not funny if you didn't see it.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I did not see it. I was
Thanks-
at a baseball
thanks,
game,
Chris.
so I missed
Man,
the
it was
start
good.
of Monday Night Football last
Surprised
night.
you didn't
I
see it.
apologize. I'm sure he
Good.
did, and we'll talk later.
All
I'm taking the Packers minus 3.5 to beat the Commanders. I think the Packers are hot right now. I think they stay on a winning streak. I think Micah starts to bring the heat with Jaden Daniels, and I think they try to rush him. I think it's wide open. I think they're bringing everything, and I think the Packers are out to show that they're an elite team and they're one of the top teams in the NFC. I think that they are. I think they're a top 3 team in the NFC right now. But again, it's week 1. A lot can change. Last year, we thought the Saints were good, and you saw how that turned out. So that's my predictions for the week. Chris, what are you
Chris,
looking
you
at?
got the big division matchup. What do you got?
No, well, I got to be positive. It's not New York Knicks season yet. So we have to be positive. I think I'm going to roll with you got to feed the hungry mouth. Neighbors promises he'll get open. We're going to be good. We're going to switch it. We're going to work on it. I'll be there for my team. I'm going to put them on my back. I think Neighbors is going to get the receiving yards and the touchdowns. Giants are going to get the win. So New York Giants are going to sweep the week in that category, and they'll also win the game. But it'll be a close game. It'll be a close game. They ain't going to win. It might be 3-4 points, something like that.
Yeah, I saw Mike writing that down. Mike
Yep.
writing
Who'd
something
you
Yeah,
down.
say
Mike.
who'd you say for touchdowns?
I said
Neighbors.
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 I said-
Okay.
Neighbors will get multiple
Reception yards and
touchdowns.
touchdowns. All right.
He'll also lead the game in yards. He'll have a great game. And then Giants will get the win. And then let's go to the other. That takes care of that. So I
Hey,
think
real
the
quick,
Eagles
just
will
a-
lose the game.
a
I think the Eagles will
question
lose to the Kansas. What's that?
Question about the category for touchdowns. Does that mean that Russell Wilson, like if Neighbors gets 2, does that mean Russell Wilson gets 2 also?
No, whoever
No,
catches it.
it's the
Talked about
same
that.
as their
Yeah.
little quarterback
so it's gotta be
competition.
running-
Quarterbacks
running.
rushing only.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I think the Eagles will lose a game. I think Chiefs are bitter, and odds are that they don't lose 2 games in a row very often, and I don't expect them to lose 2 games in a row to you. So I do think they'll win. I don't think they're going to blow you out. I think it's going to be a good game, but the Chiefs will pull it off at home. And then Washington, I do. I think they'll lose to Green Bay. I don't think it'll be anything crazy. Maybe a touchdown. And then we'll all be sitting at 1-1, except for, the Canadian and his sorry-ass Cowboys at 0-2. Paul?
Well, speaking of the Canadian, let me pick for him real quick.
I was just going to say, I was like, we all should. Yes.
Jonathan Mingo comes back from injury and gets receiving yards.
Give Blue
and
something.
Jaden Blue gets most touchdowns after he didn't suit up in week one. After Randy promised us this guy was going to be the man last week, and then he didn't play. So good call by the Canadian Nostradamus, and hopefully things get better for him as we move forward here.
Let's hope not. Not until at least week 3. Not week 2.
Paul, what kind of predictions you got?
Well, for receiving yards, I think just about everybody's got that number one stud receiver. I actually think it'll be CD. Otherwise, I would have said McLaurin. But I think Deebo is got a great share out there, potential for a great share. Last year, I would have said Terry, no question. But I think CD right now probably would be that. Touchdowns, gosh, touchdowns. I think is going to be a hard one. Obviously, nobody from the Giants, but I'll say
score a touchdown, fair.
I mean, if you're going to beat Mahomes, you're going to have to score some touchdowns. So I don't know. Maybe this is the Barkley game. This may be one that Barkley shows up at. So I'll go Barkley.
Makes sense.
And then it's going to be hard to get that team win point. Mike was right there. The Packers are pretty hot right now, or Greg was right. They're pretty hot right now. I think they had some pretty high hopes before getting Micah Parsons, and they looked pretty good last week. And again, Jordan Love didn't look unbelievably amazing. He did what he had to, and his receiving core is absolutely not amazing, and they still got that done. That's for darn sure. I mean, if you want a boost, Chris, your receiving core, I think, is better on paper than the Packers is right now.
That's easy.
A win's a win, buddy. I'm just trying to be positive and uplift
you here. We got Neighbors. He's like one of the top 5 in the league.
All right, I started something. All right, you can go back to shutting up now. So as far as the picks go, Giants lose. I don't do the margin or whatever, but I do think that it's going to.
He's a waffler, Greg.
No, I think the Giants are going to lose by double digits for sure. I'm definitely.
Thanks,
sure.
Love Mike. Write it all down.
Got it.
Dude, we can win the Super Bowl and you're on telling me they suck, so it doesn't matter.
I already told you if you win the Super Bowl, I'm going to tell you DJ sucks.
Because you said he still sucks and he just broke records again last week.
You tell me what record he broke.
He scored on every possession, and they brought it up on every.
How did he score on every possession? He had 3. They only had 3 possessions in the game.
No, every time the team had the ball, he let them down.
The team, not DJ.
Yeah, well, it's a stat. Look it up.
Combined no hitter, awesome. So,
did you watch SportsCenter today? They talked about it on every segment.
No, I have a job. I'm sorry, unlike you.
Yeah, in your Homer Simpson slippers. I do have a job.
They're about to be busted out, by the way. It's getting good chippy, a little nippy down here. But
he's gonna start losing points. I'm making him more like Carter.
In the other games, I think the Eagles are going to beat the Chiefs. And there's gonna be talk about the Chiefs and all their season and all that stuff, and then Taylor Swift and God knows what. And then I think no, that's it. I think we're gonna have a tough time going to the Packers. I think I don't think we're gonna win. It'd be very hard to. And I think that line of 3.5, I think that's pretty generous to us. I think it easily could be better than that, or a lot more than that. I guess the only thing is that this isn't like November or December when it's like -12 there.
So you got Cowboys.
Your offense is good enough for a backdoor cover.
So you got Cowboys with a point out of all of us.
I do have Cowboys getting a point. Cowboys are getting a point.
Okay. Cowboys
are getting a point for the second week in a row, and that kind of sucks.
Okay. I would rather them be 0-2, and I feel like Greg agrees.
Okay, there's no one here that doesn't want them to be 0-2. So you got
this is like
this is just like Super
Bowl
or take the money.
Mike. Here it comes. Either way, I win. If they lose, I win.
Either way,
I win. If you lose,
everyone that you see on the screen loses. Everyone
We do
loses
lose next week, no matter
Everyone
what.
loses.
We either have to hear from you or Randy.
Yes. Yes. No. Well, for me, it's the Cowboys win a game. I could care less about Randy. The fact, like, if I already said, I said about a couple of my
then
teams.
you pick them to win.
I would sacrifice the Redskins never winning
They're a better
another
team
Super
right now,
Bowl
Chris.
as long as the Dallas doesn't. But it's the same thing. You're going to take the Giants winning, terrible situation for everybody on this pod, or Cowboys winning, which
Especially if we sweep the
is
week, Mike.
not something we ever want. We need them. I mean,
Who
we need the
calls off
entire
next
world
week?
to be down on Cowboys.
Who calls off
Sweep
next
the
week if I sweep the week? Randy again?
I will.
He might.
I will buy a train ticket or some sort of form of transportation. Come up there, shake your hand, give you a hug.
Will you
and
sit
then
beside me
go
and do
right
the
back.
podcast? Can that happen? If I
If
sweep
you
the
sweep,
week, you'll
There you
if
go.
you sweep,
you'll right here and do it with me
okay,
next week.
again, there's this thing
My
called the
armor?
JOB
Paul-
again that only some
Paul
of us
will wear
have.
his special T-shirt.
What's the special
What, the
t-shirt?
one Randy
I
had
didn't know
on?
about
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Well, you
I'd
gotta,
say
you
you
gotta put
sit-
me up in the.
I'd say you
gotta
sit
put
right
me in the
here.
right one.
And you dress up as Kirk Cousins. And I
I'll
just
do
sit here
Kirk
with my
Cousins.
arm
I'll do
around you.
Kirk Cousins on the plane. Kirk Cousins on the plane had no shirt on.
The chain
Oh,
and the glasses.
Could
Okay.
get a little
Look.
dangerous.
We've seen your toes. We've seen.
Oh,
we
my
don't
God.
need your chest. We don't need any of that dumb shit. Let's get out of here. We will be back next week. Talk about these games that we had tonight and start looking forward to week 3. Appreciate everybody. Come check us out at clashingconferences.com. You too can be a part of the network. You can get on here with us.
100%.
Talk about your favorite team. We're
Even if
looking
they suck.
for some growth, so come get in here with us.
Go Birds.
Shut up, Greg.
Shut up, Chris.
Boom, boom, boom.